What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. Please make sure you start this video off by clicking that thumbs up button. Also, please share this video to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you choose to share our video. And if you're watching this video for the first time, I hope that you click the subscribe button. We decided to make this video, a separate video, talking about the Mario Lopez situation. He went on the Owens podcast show, and the topic of children wanting to change their gender happened to come up. I feel like he was baited by Candace into talking about this situation because she gave her opinion and he gave his opinion. Now, for me, I don't think what Mario Lopez said and having dialogue with Candace, I don't think he said anything wrong. I feel like a lot of people who don't agree with his situation, agree with his opinion, a lot of people came at him, and I mean, all kinds of different unions came at him for his opinion. People calling Mario Lopez transphobic. I mean, people were just coming from everywhere for his opinion on thinking that it could be a little bit dangerous for children to change their identities at such a young age. We're talking about children who are 3 or 4 years old. And it's rare, and me growing up in my 34 years of life, I've never heard a child say that, I'm going to be this sex or whatever, or I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Now, I have seen boys, play with children that are meant for girls, and the mother say, "Oh, well, no, you're going to play with the boy toy," and he gets upset. I have seen that, and that doesn't mean that he's going to be gay or anything like that, because I've seen those children grow up. I don't know what their sexuality is, but that doesn't, they're not like, "Oh, I want to be a girl," or anything like that. I just feel what he said, I believe what he said was the truth, and this is something that I have always felt, that children should not have to go through that at such a young age. If a child tells you that, okay, don't close your ear to it, but that doesn't mean right away you have to go out and buy your child dresses and wigs and stuff like that. I don't feel you should have to do anything like that. I believe that once that child gets older and his or her brain gets a chance to develop, then you two can talk about those situations on what you would want to do for your child. And I know that a lot of parents does a lot of things differently. Like, if this was my household and I was a parent, my child would not be no. The answer would be no. Wait till you get older to make those decisions, because you're changing a child, changing their gender, or dressing them as the opposite gender. They have to go to school. They're going to have to deal with bullying from the classmates. They're going to have to deal with bullying from maybe teachers saying things, other parents getting upset because your child wants to use the bathrooms of the opposite sex. We see it all now. And I wouldn't want my child to go through anything like that at such a young age. So, there's a lot of things. Also, I believe counseling should be involved. Have your child seeing a psychologist, and and talk to them just to know what's really going on. I just don't feel you should make a decision like that. That's just how I feel about it. How do you feel about it?
Well, I don't know if I would go as far as saying that they need to go see a psychologist, only because we know that some people at an early age know what it is that they want to be and do in life. I don't necessarily agree with. I don't agree with that notion to see a psychologist, because if gay people use this whole banner of, "Oh, you're born gay," well, if you're born gay, how would that look? Somebody telling you, "Oh, well, you should go see a psychologist because you're not born gay. You only become gay when you get older." So I don't believe that someone should see a psychologist. Now, I do agree, as a parent, you are the head of the household. So, if your child comes to you with those thoughts and those ideas, you have a conversation. Now, I do agree with that. You have a conversation with your child, and you try to steer your child in a way that would best benefit them at that moment. Like you said, nobody wants their child to be bullied, and we know this is a cruel world. We see how adults bully other adults. Mm-hmm. Children can be just as worse. We've seen time and time again, especially here in Philly, where children have been bullied in school and then they come home and kill themselves. And we don't want that. So there is something that I think parents should definitely have a conversation. Maybe, talk to a counselor as well. But I don't know if I would go that far as seeing a psychologist. It's sad because you want people, and especially kids, you want them to be themselves. You want them to express themselves. You want them to live their lives freely and as open as possible so that they won't feel being judged. Because it's bad enough kids have to be judged by the world. No kid should have to come home and be judged by their parents. However, you don't want them to be scrutinized once they step out of the front door, because once a child steps out of the front door, there's nothing a parent can do. You know what I mean? Especially if they're not with them 24/7, it's nothing they can do. So the child has to face the world, and you don't want them to face the world with all of that negativity. Me personally, I would say as a parent, you're the head of your household.
Right.
Now, granted, your household is totally different from that household. So if I, as a parent, say, listen, you can't do that right now. When you get a little older and you're old enough to really make those decisions on your own, then you can do that. Yeah. If I decide that I'm going to do that as a parent, then that's my upbringing. That's how I upbring my child. But if the parent next door says no, they're going to allow their child to dress the gender that they identify with, then there's nothing really I can do. Because that's how if they feel like they want their child to express themselves to the fullest, then that's on them.
Yeah.
They know, as a parent, they know what this world entails, and they know better than the child what's in for it. So if they say, well, listen, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel, and we're going to support you 100%, then so be it. Yeah. So, it just all depends on how the parent. Now, Mario said that he doesn't think that it's, I don't like to hear people say that kids, I don't like to see adults say that gay children don't know what it is that they want at an early age, but yet straight kids do. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like
I don't like to see
like sexually.
Whatever. I don't like for adults who are heterosexual and they have kids. Well, my son likes that girl down the street. That's his little girlfriend. Well, my daughter likes that boy up the street. That's her little boyfriend. And everybody's fine with that. But if somebody's son says, oh, he likes a little boy around the street, oh, you don't know that you like that. No, that's not. It's like, I don't like that. Because it's like, so that little boy right there who's 7 knows that he likes little girls, but the little boy who 8, he doesn't know that he likes little boys. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I think it's like a cherry pick. Yeah. And I don't like that. I don't like that because if somebody is telling you at an early age what they like, 9 times out of 10, that's how it's going to be.
And like we as adults, we can see it in children. Yeah. Like, oh my God, we see a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And we keep our opinions to ourselves.
Yes.
And sometimes we be like, I told you, or you can see it. It doesn't mean it has to be addressed.
Right.
So early.
Right.
And what Candace was talking about, she was mixing the thing with gender identity and sexuality. Mm-hmm. Gender identity and sexuality are 2 different things. Mm-hmm. You can still feel like you were born in the wrong body and
it's still like the opposite sex.
Yes, and it has nothing to do with sex. Right. So, I just didn't like how she was doing it. I think that she really baited him and gave her opinion, no one said nothing to Candace. Nobody went off on Candace, but everybody went off on Mario Lopez.
But you know why they went off on Mario Lopez? Because whether she baited him or not, he's a grown man and he should know better to know when he's being baited.
Yeah.
Just like Titus knew what Andy was trying to do. Yeah. And Titus cut that shit short. We're not going to do that. Yeah. That's what Mario should have did. But Mario welcomed the conversation. That's why he gave his opinion. Yeah. So whether Candace baited him or not, Mario knew what he was doing. I mean,
I wouldn't say, and when he was like, I I think he should have worded it differently. Like he should have said, I find it interesting that a lot of celebrities let their children, you know, choose their identities. I'm not saying their parenting is wrong, but you know, I just find it very interesting. I think he probably could have worded it different. But all these different organizations, I just don't agree with them trying to comfort him and maybe trying to make him lose his job.
I mean, that's
if anything, it should have been an educational, from an educational standpoint, not just tearing him down and calling him all kinds of names. And you shouldn't be calling him all kinds of names if you don't like to be called names. There's a better way to go about everything. And you know, something she did talk about is the tomboy thing. Like, my niece went through a tomboy phase, my niece Amber. And my mom was like, you know, I'm not letting you go to church dressed like, she would say, Miss Boy. She will always tell my niece that. She will always wear like the little jerseys and stuff like that.
And now look at her.
Yeah, she done way grew out of it. That didn't mean that she was trying to be
a girl,
a boy.
Yeah, she just went through that time.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who went through that. One of my cousins, she went through this tomboy phase, and it's funny because now she reminds you of what is her name? Dej Loaf. Like, she reminds you of, she loves boys. But she went through that tomboy phase. And again, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you like girls. You just go through that tomboy phase. But it's easier for a female to go through that than it is for a guy.
Yes, it is.
It's just so easier for a girl to go through that.
Yeah. And I think it's probably always going to be that way.
A girl can play basketball and still like boys, but a guy can't play jump rope.
No.
We can't do that.
And I was sneaking play jump rope back in the day.
You did?
Yes.
Double dutch?
I would try. Yeah.
You can't even dance. I can't imagine you double dutch.
Double dutching, hopscotch. Oh, I play.
Well, hopscotch is not.
You know, but you know how they.
Yeah.
But I loved how. We had in the projects we had this little pathway, and they done turned it into a hopscotch thing. That thing was fun. Like we played games growing up. It was no tablets. We knew how to have fun.
Right.
We just really knew how to have fun, and I just felt like we needed to talk about the situation of Mario Lopez, and I just feel like the backlash is way too heavy on him. Now y'all can send me the backlash because of my opinion, but I just feel like that's just way too early to do to a child, and when I say like psychologically, because they're going to have to be ready for all of the stuff that they're going to have to deal with.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then, you know, right now we're in a world now where a lot of people feel like, oh, there's a gay agenda on the children, and you know,
I don't think it's a gay agenda on the children. I just think that
a lot of people think
I don't think it's a gay. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Because a lot of straight people, gay people watch straight people.
I don't think it's a lot. I don't think it. Well, yeah, because that's just like that whole notion of if a guy grows up in a house full of women, that he's going to be gay.
Yeah.
No, that's not true at all. A guy can grow up in a house full of men and turn out gay.
Right.
So it doesn't matter who's in the house. Just like that notion, oh, there wasn't a man in the house, so somehow he must, like, just stupid things that straight people have said over the years, and you're like, that's so stupid. But I don't think it's a gay agenda being forced. I think what it is society is now letting people who are not necessarily who are gay, but in the closet say, listen, it is okay to be you. Don't let anybody try to make you feel as though what you are is somehow a bad thing. Because now you have people out here who feel that way, and then they kill themselves. And then when they kill themselves, what happens is those who were telling those people that it was a bad thing to live your life gay, you don't hear from them no more.
Yeah.
You know, they get quiet and mum's the word. And you know, it's good that society now is now being more accepting and open, because I say to myself, I feel like now in 2019 society is way more open to gays than when it was when we were younger.
Yes,
it's way more open. I think it's way more open, and people are just like, I don't give a damn if you're gay or not, you know, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. Now, yes, you do have a lot of people who are still homophobic out there, but I think now you're like, I don't give a damn. That's my friend.
I feel like
I
it
don't
has a
care.
lot to do with their insecurity and their sexuality.
Right.
That's what I think leads to a lot of homophobia from men.
Right.
Because just because he's gay doesn't mean he wants you. If
Right.
the girls ain't chasing you, trust me, the boys
He's
ain't
not
either.
chasing you.
Okay. Let's get that one
And
down.
if the girls are chasing you, he's probably trying to figure out why they're chasing you,
Yeah.
but not in the sexual way. Just like,
Yeah.
girl, are you crazy? He's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's like you. It's these bad stigmas that have been put out there, and you'd be like, that is so far from the truth. Again,
Yes.
like I said, one of the most craziest ones I've heard was if a guy grows up in a house full of women that he's going to be, and it's like, that is not true at all. Like, are you kidding me? So there has to be a man in the household in order for a guy to turn out straight?
Yeah, my niece grew up in a house full of boys.
Yes. And she loves boys. She loves them.
So
She loves
people
them.
need to stop. And you
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Well, she does.
You know, I just...
Yeah, so it's just like, come on. But it's just the way people plant stuff in your head. And they plant stuff in your head because it's a generational thing. That's how they were raised, to
Right.
think like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that also like you don't support your
Right.
child. You just like, look, you gotta wait till you be a little bit older.
Right.
You know, because
Yeah.
we not going through that. No.
Yeah, love your child and support your child. It's nothing warms my heart more when I see an openly gay teenager and they have an awesome relationship with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
That warms my heart because it could be so different. You have a lot of teenagers out here who run away from home because their parents
Right.
don't accept them.
Mhm.
And then they turn into drugs, and then they turn into prostituting.
Yes.
And they get into all kinds of crazy things. But when you see an openly gay, either it's an openly gay girl or openly gay guy, and their parents love them. Their
Right.
parents may not
Accept
agree with everything,
agree.
but they love them, and they show them that they love them. And so that now, I don't have to go out there and prostitute. I don't have to go out there and run away from home because my parents love me. And my parents show me the type of love in the house that I don't have to go out in the street and look for it.
Yeah.
You understand? I love that. I love that so much because it's so sad the way the world is. It really is. There was an episode, like one of the early episodes of Pose in the first season, where that happened, where the parents were just so against one of the characters,
Yeah.
and they ran away from home. And it's like you see that time and time again, and people just don't realize and understand. You have to love your kids because you may not like the fact that they're gay. You may not can't stand it. But that's your child. And at that moment, when your child comes out and says to you that they're gay, or even if they don't say it, but you know it is, you got to show them so much love because this is a crazy world out here. And how do you think that feels for a child to have to go through the world knowing that people out there hate them and then have to come home knowing that their family hates them?
Yeah.
That is a...
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, our family would love that murderer.
Yeah.
Oh, don't let this child come out to be gay or do anything gay. Oh, he's the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
But you in that courtroom every day fighting for that murderer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy out here.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Like,
love
get
your
your
kids.
kids. Love 'em.
Love them. Love them because it's a hard world out here. And when they get older, it's going to get even harder. But as long as they know that they have the love from their mother or their father, whatever the case. Like, for instance, I have this transgender girl that I know. And her family in the beginning they weren't for it. But she has such an awesome relationship now with her father, and it just warms my heart because it's like, can you imagine for a father, to have to accept the fact that his son now is living his life as a trans woman. But the fact that I see that their relationship is growing, and that warms my heart because it could be the father like, I don't want nothing to do with you. You going, get the hell away from me. And can you imagine what that does to a person knowing that their father wants nothing to do with them? But there's people out there that are like that, and it's sad. It really is sad. It really is sad. So yeah, love your kids.
Yeah,
Love
that's the
your
main
kids.
thing.
Love your kids. Love your kids. Love your kids. And if you have a sibling that is gay or trans or whatever, and you know your parents are not nice to your sibling because you make sure you love your sibling to the fullest.
Yeah.
Love your brother and sister or whomever, whatever way they're living their life. Love them to the fullest. Show them that mommy and daddy may not care about you, but I care about you. I love you. Because they need that. And some of them may not show you right away, that they may not be outwardly like, they may have this attitude, well, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. But deep down inside, they do give a fuck. Because nobody wants to live their life knowing that their mom and dad don't love them or care about them. Nobody wants to live their life. When they see us, with Corey's, oh my God, like prime example. And then when his sister died, was killed, or whatever, you were like, oh my God, that's so sad. Well, did she get killed? Or did she die? But I know she died, but I don't know if she got killed. And then for him to have to be in jail, and he was close to his sister.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Just
So I just wanted us to share our thoughts on that. I can't wait to read your thoughts and hear your opinions on it. Please leave your comments down below. We will talk to you guys next week with a new video. Y'all have a good weekend and y'all be safe out there.
Man,
Peace.